let's listen in now from those who have served in the Indian Air Force. Air Vice Marshal retired Kapil Kak is joining me. Sir, good morning. Thank you for speaking to India today. What is your view of this video of what the Air Force Chief has said? Do you think it was right, timely, or should not have happened right like this in the open?
Pooja, firstly, thank you for getting my voice on India Today. What the Air Chief has said is 100% truth. The problem in India for the last many years is that alternative truth receives traction, including from the media, and of course, India Today is an exception because their truth pervades. He is 100% on the dot because the nation has vested air security, air strategy. And you are more than aware, Pooja, that today's conflict is based on sword arm of the nation, that is the Indian Air Force.
Yes.
And when, despite attempts in the last, I have been myself talking about this in various media, writing about it. This is a grim situation for the Indian Air Force. So if he doesn't point out that situation to the public, to the government, and the government does not act, I think we need to do some introspection ourselves as a nation. Now, let me say in 4 lines, I know you're short of time. The Air Force is supposed to have 42 squadrons, combat squadrons. For the last 15 years, it has had 30 squadrons, progressively going down. It is his job as a chief to ensure his countrymen and his government that the nation's skies are secure. We have a hopelessly changing air power environment in terms of the nexus between China and Pakistan, and individually the air power of both these countries is strengthening. You have to Google it. You don't need my expertise.
Sure.
So, therefore, if a person is speaking the truth, I only salute the Air Chief. Absolutely salute him.
So,
He's
according to your
20 years younger
experience,
than me.
according to your experience, what would you say should be done by the HAL? Because India consistently is pushing for this Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India in the defense sector. What is your assessment needs to be done? Because, yes, go ahead, sir.
I'm sorry to sound harsh. I've spent 40 years in uniform. I've taken part in 2 India-Pakistan wars. I think this Atmanirbharta, we need to look at it carefully rather than the sloganeering which passes off as Atmanirbharta.
Okay.
What is Atmanirbharta if the Indian Air Force does not have 42 squadrons? It's not going to have 42 squadrons for another 10 years. And when the conflict takes place, we have apex leadership saying that no one has entered our territory. And the EAM next day says, we are trying to see how best we can solve the problem. So I'm sorry. I think, as I said, he's a courageous chief. I admire him. I salute him because he is speaking for the Indian Air Force to the government. Short point is that the combat aircraft are required on an urgent basis. When the Prime Minister of India cancelled the order for 126 combat aircraft in 2015, soon after taking over and reduced it to 36, no one asked any chief of the Air Force what will happen to the 90 aircraft which are not going to come your way. That point of reckoning has come now. It has come now. Because no one has answered how will those 90 aircraft come parallelly. And this is a sad story. Parallelly, we say Atmanirbharta. But that Atmanirbharta is not giving him platforms in the air.
Do you believe, sir, then, that possibly such a conversation, which you're saying is very important, must be done? Of course, that's the reason that we have these discussions happening, should have possibly happened in the private, not on camera, not in this manner? Or do you think that is irrespective? It's the point to be noted.
Pooja, you are a very thoughtful journalist. There comes a time in the evolution of a nation which is a critical point when the nation has to be woken up. He has woken up the nation, and he has tried his best. He's been there only just less than a year. And before him, successive air chiefs have said this. As I told you, you please go through the Google. I have myself done at least 100,
Okay.
at least 100 TV interviews, including with India Today,
Yes.
that we are in a grim situation. This is over the last 10 years. You ask any chief, you ask any Air Force, serving or retired, serving people will obviously not talk, but chief has every business to talk. Because you can't say, we will not give you the wherewithal. Please remember General B.P. Malik's statement
Yes.
before the Kargil war, we will fight with whatever we have. And you know what happened. In Kargil, we lost 600 people for no fault of the army, because it was not given what it needed. Our defense expenditure has come down to 1.9% of GDP. Our defense expenditure as a percentage of GDP in 1962, when China struck us, was 1.59. Our defense expenditure as a percentage of GDP was 3.1%. 3.1%. Make a note. I'm sure viewers are also making a note of this. From 1962 to 1987, average 3.1% of GDP. And last 15 years is not even 2 years, 2%. So on the one hand, underfunding. On the other hand, we say we will do Atmanirbhar Bharat. On the other side, you say please defend and ensure that you have victory. There are no runners up in the war.
Okay, and perhaps it's time now maybe to talk straight, and with regard to especially the kind of neighbours that we are facing. Appreciate you joining us, Air Vice Marshal retired Kapil Kak, for your views, experience and perspective here as well. Something to take note of. Thank you very much. And this, remember, is at a time when HAL has been, of course, producing. There are a lot of indigenously developed products and aircraft, but should there be a lot more that needs to be done, and we must be on our guard on that.